everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Maya here at Maya's Beading channel. So last time I done a upload, I made a wallflower which was inspired by the Iron Throne from Games of Thrones, and I've been making jewellery inspired from that program for the last two uploads. And so I said I was going to make something involving the dragons. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to make a glove using the same component I used to make wallflower. And so what I've done is I've taken the first half of the component and turned it into claws for the glove. Okay, so this is the glove that I've got so far. Be careful not to get these strings all tangled up. This one I'm calling Carnival Dragon because it reminds me of Brazil, Rio de Janeiro carnival colours. So this is what I've got so far. It looks so cool. They're really comfortable on. And here you go. Doesn't that look glamorous? Eh? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is go through how I made the fingernail. And then I'm going to do this video in like 3 parts. So we're going to do the fingernail, and then we're going to continue beading it onto the finger. Then after that, I will do the glove part, which will be the final part in part 3. Okay, I still haven't figured out how I want to finish it off. So let me just put these away. I don't want them to get tangled up. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't have end thread. This one does. Please don't tangle that for me today. Okay, good. And then these last two. All right. Okay, so what we're using is 11O gold seed beads. These ones are, got my camera. Let me just move my camera a bit more towards me. To put something underneath. Let's see. Nope. All right. I have to do it like this. No, that's fine. Okay, so we've got 11O gold seed beads, yellow, move the seed beads forward actually, yellow 11O Miyukis, okay, and then we've got the horse-eye crystals that I always use, okay, and then we've got these gem duos, which is gold black crackle glaze effect. These I got from Bodacious, and then I'm using these 6mm bugles also from Bodacious. They are matte green, and they are a bit too short, so I have to sort of extend them a bit with extra beads. Okay, so I've already started it off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bead 2 beads on either side of the holes, like this, and then coming out from the top, we're going to pick up 3 seed beads. Then we're going to go directly in to the opposite side. Okay. And then make sure we push that up. Do the same again, pick up 3. And then back down into the other side. And then just go down just those 2 in the middle here on the side. Okay. So you should have something that looks like this. Then you're going to pick up 1 seed bead, and we're going to place that in the middle here. So we're coming out those 2 here on the side. We're going to go directly opposite into the other 2 in the center, and then do the same on the other side. Okay, that'll pop into the middle, and then we'll do 1 more. And then we're going to go through the 2 on the side plus 1 more on the top. Okay, and then we should end up with this. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to add 3 more lots of 3 on the top. 1, 2, 3. Just on this side, we're going to add 3 more. So we're going to go down 1, then we're going to go straight through that seed bead in the middle, and then come out the other side. Okay, so go in to these 2 and then back onto the top, and then add another 3 sets on. Okay, this time only down 1, and then we're going to go through that 2nd seed bead in the middle. Okay. And through these 2 seed beads, and then we're at the top, and then we're just going to add 1 more set on. 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then go through that seed bead in the middle. Okay, and then if we turn it to the front, what we want is 2 seed beads in the middle coming out from the center. So we're just going to go through 1 seed bead on that side, and then we want to go through the middle seed at the bottom here, like so. Okay, and then we're going to pick up 1 gold seed bead, 1 bugle, and 2 gold seed beads, and this is going to help extend the bugle because they're too short. And then we're going to go through the crystal in the 2nd hole nearest to the end. Do the same on the other side, reverse. 2, 1, 2, a bugle, and 1 seed bead. Okay. Oh no, I've done this wrong. I'm on the opposite side. Let me go back in. So it's this side I need to go in because I'm coming out that side. All right, so pick up my 2 again, and back through that seed bead in the middle. Okay, and then we should end up with this. And what we're going to do here is add on the gem duo. So we're coming out this side, pick up one yellow and one gem duo, one yellow, go back in the opposite side. And you should have this. Okay, if we turn it to the back, what we want to do now is go through the seed bead on the side here, that's on the top, so that we can get to the middle seed bead at the back here. All right, and then we're going to pick up one gold seed bead, one bugle, and two gold seed beads. And then we're gonna count back up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th seed bead, go into that, back down all these seed beads. Okay. And then back through that middle seed bead again. And do exactly the same on the other side. Pick up your one seed bead, one bugle, two seed beads, and then into that 5th seed bead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see it's right opposite the other one. And this time only go down 4 seed beads. Okay, and then we want to go through that first seed bead in the middle. Okay, and then through the other seed bead as well. Okay, and then into the bugle. Okay, so we've gone through the seed bead in the middle and then through the first bugle. We're going to pick up 3 gold seed beads. Then into the bugle behind. Okay, and then we pick up 2 gold seed beads, a bugle, and then we're going to go back into that bugle we're coming out of, so just attaching that onto it. Okay, and then we need to just bring those 2 closer together, pick up 1 seed bead, ignore those 2 gold seed beads and go back into that bugle. Okay. Alright, and then that should just pop into the center. Where are you? There you go. In the center there, like that. And then here we're going to pick up 4 gold seed beads. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're coming out of this bugle here, and then we're going to go back into that bugle. And then in through all these, through the 3 seed beads that we've added here. Okay, so through these 3, back down this bugle here, so that we can make our way around to the other side. Okay. And through the seed bead in the middle. And the other seed bead there. Okay. So pick up 3, 2, 3, go back down this bugle. All right, pick up 2 gold seed beads and another bugle. Go back into that bugle we're coming out of. Okay. All right, and then like we did on the other side, place 1 gold bead across the center here. So coming out that bugle back into this bugle, but just this bugle this time. You want to just stay there. Make sure that pops in the center. And then we're going to go back into this bugle here next to it. Okay. And this is what we've got so far. And then we're going to go around to the back. So we're coming at the bugle here. Then in the center at the back, where you've got the 3 seed beads here, okay, come out of 1 seed bead, skip the 1 seed bead and yeah. Okay, pick up 2 seed beads. Okay, skip the one in the middle and go through the 3rd one, and then down into that bugle there, right next to it. Okay, so we're coming out of this bugle here. Oh, I forgot to add the 4 seed beads here. Let me come back. I've added the 4 seed beads back on that side. So we're coming out of this seed bead here, bugle here on that side, and we should be looking like this at the minute. Okay, and then we're going to go into this bugle here on the outside, into the 4 seed beads. Okay, so this is going to be a 24 count peyote stitch we're going to use to make the finger glove part. So coming out of 4, pick up 1, and the 3 that we added here on the side, skip the first one, go through 2. Okay, so that will make it 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we're going to pick up 2, 7, and that makes it 8, 9. And then see the seed bead here in the middle. Okay, the 1 seed bead, go through that 1 seed bead. Okay, it should look like this. And do the same again, pick up 2 and go through the first 2 seed beads here from the 3 that we added on. Okay, pick up 1 and then go down into the 4 seed beads. Okay, so on both sides we've got 9 in total, which is not even. So we're going to make this 12 to make it 24. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we've got 12 on, and then we're going to start our peyote. Pick up 1, skip the first one, go into the second one. Okay, and then just push that down. Okay, pick up 1, skip 1, go through the next one. Okay, pick up 1, skip 1, go through the next one. All right, so we're at the center now. All right. Okay, so we're on the last. So here we are in that center bead here. We're going to pick up 2 seed beads. Yep. Okay, and just totally ignore that one and go straight into the other side, the first seed bead of the next peyote. And that will place these two in the center here and bring this finger, the arch of the finger down. Okay, skip one, go into the next one. Okay, don't worry about it sticking up at the moment, it's all gonna come down. Okay, coming out of one, skip one, go into the next one. Alright, skip one. Alright, we're in the last one. Okay, now we're out at the bottom here. So now we need to add 3 seed beads on to make this even, total count of 24. So we'll pick up 3. Okay, and then what we're going to do is peyote back up, skip 1. Okay, and then skip 1. Okay, so now this has completed this round and made it even peyote all the way around. So what I'm going to do is make my way back down to the bottom of this side and then continue back around. So this way I avoid all the step ups. Okay, so let's just go back down. Okay, doesn't matter which seed beads you use to go back down, as long as you go back down there. So now we're down at the bottom and we need to go put our needle back up, and now we're ready to peyote back round. So that is now our first round of peyote. So we're doing our second round of peyote. Okay. And I'm just gonna fill the gaps in the bricks. Okay. Alright. Careful not to get ourselves in a knot. Okay. Right, so we're now nearly at the center. Okay, so we've got one more peyote. What we're going to do is, so we've got one more peyote here. What we're going to do is go through the skip 1, and then that will put us back into the center where the 2 seed beads are. Go through both those 2 seed beads in the center. Yep, and this will create our corner here for the finger. All right, and then continue on. All right. Wrapping ourselves around. Okay. All right, so we're down at the bottom now, and now we just need to make our way back around. So that's our second row of peyote done, and now we're on our third row. Okay, so again, we're just filling in the gaps. Okay, of the ones that's sticking out. Yep. Okay. One here. We're nearly at the center, and this is what we're going to do for the center. So this is the last seed bead here on this side. Now we're at the center. So at the center, what we're going to do is pick up one lonely seed bead and place it in the middle between the two, and then exit out the other side and continue your peyote as usual. Skip one and into one. Okay. That. Okay. Right, and then this is the last peyote here, and then we're going to go through the last one and then the last, so we're going to go through two seed beads to take us down to the end. And then we're going to peyote back around. Okay. And then we're going to make our way back down to the bottom again, so we can go back into that seed bead that we just added on. Okay, so we're back into that seed bead we've added. And now we're on our fourth round. Okay, so peyote. All right. Okay, so we are here. This is what I would class as the corners of the fingertip. Yeah, so we're gonna continue with this last peyote, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through these two seed beads here. Okay. And then through the seed bead in the middle, that lonely one, and then through two more seed beads, and then now we can continue peyoteing down the other side. Okay, so down the other side we go, like so. Turn it this way. All right, we're down at the bottom. Time to do a U-turn. So we're going to peyote back up, fifth round. Okay, and so this will be our last peyote here. So now we're near those 2 seed beads, that 2 seed beads away from the center here. Okay, that will make it 1, 2, 3 seed beads. And what we're going to do, we're going to pick up 3 seed beads. Yeah, so we've got 3 seed beads. And what we're going to do is we're going to go straight across into, so ignore the seed bead in the middle, count down 1, 2, 3 seed beads on the other side, straight across into the next peyote on that side. And this is how we're going to close the finger up. Okay, so continue peyoteing down. And in total, we will add 4 rounds of 3 across the center to close it up. Okay, so down at the bottom, we'll go through 2. Okay, then stitch back up and then go back down, so we can go back into that seed bead. All right, into it, and then continue peyoteing back around. So this is the 6th round. One, 2, 3. Okay, so we're now at the last peyote now, and we've reached that band across the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick up 1 seed bead, and then we're going to go straight into the seed bead in the middle, the 3, and create like a corner. See that corner there, like a cross, and do the same. These 2 go straight into that peyote on the other side, and we've got this crisscross effect there. And continue peyoteing down. Okay, and then when you reach the last peyote here, all right, so you're at the base of the corner here. This is your last peyote. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick up 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, straight across to the other side, like so. Yeah, and continue down. So okay, and then last two, and then back up. Okay, and then back down. Okay. Oh. Then back into around 7. Is it round 7? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Ooh. Okay, my last peyote. So now we're gonna excuse me. Pick up one seed bead and then go through that center bead in the middle of the 3. Okay, so that's our corner created. Do the same into that peyote there. Okay, and then continue down the bend. Okay, so we're on our last peyote. All right, pick up 3. Straight across to the other side. Literally the bead right opposite. Continue down. You're getting less and less stitches now, so I'll go through 2. Okay, and pick up 1, back into that seed bead there, and then back down, and then make sure this isn't got all tangled up. Back up into that seed bead. Okay, pick up another seed bead. Peyote. One more, so this is the last peyote here. Okay, and then we're gonna add 1 into the center. Do the same on the other side. Oh, different color. Like so. Alright, this is 8th round now. Alright, back around. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I want to leave this peyote gap here completely empty. Okay, so it creates width. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to peyote in here, I'm going to go straight through the seed in the middle and then come out at the end of this peyote seed bead. So we've just skipped a peyote, and then we're going to pick up 3, and this is coming to the end now, pick up 3, okay, and go straight into the last peyote on that side, and again leave the middle empty, go straight down into the bottom seed bead, okay, and then we need to add our last seed bead at the bottom here, okay, and then we need to work our way back down and then back into that last seed bead we added, okay, where are we, yeah, back down and then into that seed bead. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to brick stitch 3 seed beads on to create a band to join the 2 sides together. So coming out the top, go back into the seed bead, and then we just need to make sure we hold the seed beads nice and tight, otherwise they become loose like that. Go back into that seed bead, yeah, okay, then so that's 1, pick up another 1, so we're coming out, go back into it, hold it a bit tight, 2, okay, and then back into it, and this is the last one, 3, coming out of it, back into it, okay, and then we need to attach it to this seed bead here, so we'll go back into that one, and then into this seed bead on the other side, and then back into the seed bead, holding this nice and tight, and then back into the seed bead, yeah, and then back through all these seed beads here on the side, these 3 seed beads, and then make our way through to the center bead here of that 3 that we put across the middle, pick up 2 seed beads, and then we want to go through the, so we've got the bead in the center, we want to go to the bead opposite it, next to it, so like this, and then we want to go into the bead next to it, and then into the bead right on top of it, like so. Oop. And then we're going to join this bead onto this bead here, the last bead of the 2 we just added, if I can get into it. Let me in, right. Okay, and then back into it, and then we're going to go back through all these 3 seed beads, okay, yeah, and then this will take us through to the center again, like we did on the other side. Yeah, there's the center. Whoa. Right, okay, then we can add 2 more. Okay, so it's the center bead, ignore the one, and go to the one on the side of it. Okay, and then we'll do the same. Go through 2. attach that to this one. Yeah, and then across the bottom like so. Okay, pull that tight, and that's this, and that's the finger complete. So now what I'll need to do is get out of this side. So I'm gonna weave in and out of these seed beads here. Okay. And then there we go. I'm out, ready to embellish it further. And that's the glove complete. Okay, and then you get this nice crisscross pattern going across the center here. Yes. Okay. There we go. So come back for part 2. And then there's going to be a part 3. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.